Every buyer, whether consciously or not, asks themselves a set of questions before making a decision. These questions determine whether they feel confident, safe, and excited about moving forward, or hesitant, skeptical, and uncertain. And as a salesperson, entrepreneur, or business owner, your ability to answer these questions effectively can mean the difference between closing the sale or losing it. Today, we're going to focus on 3 core questions buyers ask before making any buying decision. Not just surface-level questions, but the underlying concerns that drive their behavior. And more importantly, we'll explore how to answer these questions in a way that builds trust, demonstrates value, and encourages action. Because here's the truth. Buyers don't just buy products or services. They buy confidence, reassurance, and the feeling that they're making the right choice. Why understanding buyer questions matters. Before we dive into the 3 questions, it's important to understand why buyers ask them. Every buyer is trying to reduce risk. No one wants to make a decision they'll regret. Buying involves commitment, resources, and often emotions. Buyers are constantly evaluating. Will this product or service solve my problem? Is this the best option for me? Can I trust the person or company I'm buying from? And these evaluations happen long before they say yes. That's why anticipating these questions is not just helpful, it's essential. Businesses that answer these questions proactively often close faster, reduce objections, and create more loyal customers. Question 1. Will this solve my problem? The first and most fundamental question buyers ask is, will this solve my problem or meet my need? It seems simple, but it's deceptively complex. Buyers aren't just asking if your product has features, they want to know if it produces results that matter to them. To answer this question effectively, you must first understand the buyer's problem better than they do themselves. Ask questions, listen actively, and empathize. What pain points are they experiencing? What challenges are keeping them up at night? Step 1. Identify the problem clearly. When you know the buyer's problem in detail, you can align your solution with it. For example, if a business is struggling with customer retention, they don't just need software. They need a way to understand customer behavior, reduce churn, and increase loyalty. Your job is to show them that your solution is not just a product, it's a bridge from problem to outcome. Step 2. Highlight specific benefits. Once you know the problem, focus on benefits, not features. Features tell, benefits sell. For example, feature. This software tracks customer activity. Benefit. This software helps you identify which customers are at risk of leaving so you can take action before it's too late. Notice the difference? The buyer is no longer asking, does this work? They are imagining, how will this change my life or my business? Step 3. Provide proof. Buyers also want reassurance. Testimonials, case studies, and real-world examples reduce perceived risk. People trust people, so stories of others who faced the same problem and got results are incredibly powerful. For example, Company X increased customer retention by 35% in 6 months using this exact software. Here's how they did it. This approach turns abstract promises into tangible evidence, answering the buyer's question before they even ask it. Step 4. Paint the picture of success. Help the buyer visualize the outcome. People respond to vivid, concrete images. Ask, imagine your problem is solved. What does your day look like? This shifts the conversation from risk to reward. For instance, picture a dashboard showing exactly which customers need your attention, alerts that let you act immediately, and your retention metrics steadily climbing month after month. Suddenly, they're not just considering a product, they're seeing themselves succeed. Summary of question 1. To answer the first question effectively, understand the problem deeply. Highlight benefits over features. Provide proof that it works. Help the buyer visualize success. When this question is answered clearly, the buyer feels understood, reassured, and excited to move forward. Next, we'll dive into question 2. Is this the best choice for me? Which is all about comparison, credibility, and value perception. This question is where many sales fail because buyers are not just comparing products, they're comparing trust, experience, and confidence in the seller. If question 1 is about solving the problem, question 2 is about making the right choice. Buyers often already believe that your product or service can work in theory, but they want to know, compared to everything else out there, is this the best option for me? This question is more nuanced. It's rarely about features alone. It's about perceived value, trust, credibility, and risk reduction. Step 1. Understand the competitive landscape. Before you can answer this question, you must understand the buyer's alternatives. Are they considering competitors? Are they thinking of doing nothing? Are they comparing your product to internal solutions or DIY options? Once you know their options, you can position yourself effectively, not by attacking competitors, but by highlighting unique advantages and fit. For example, while other software tracks metrics, our solution predicts churn before it happens and provides actionable steps to retain customers. Notice the difference. The focus is on the specific advantage relevant to the buyer, rather than a generic claim. Step 2. Build credibility and trust. Buyers often hesitate because they don't trust either the product or the provider. To answer the second question convincingly, you must demonstrate reliability, expertise, and transparency. Ways to do this include testimonials and case studies. Show that people like them have achieved success. Awards or certifications. Highlight formal recognition that proves quality. Data and statistics. Numbers convey objectivity, which helps balance emotional fear. Transparent communication. Honesty about limitations builds trust. Ironically, admitting small weaknesses often strengthens confidence because it signals integrity. For example, our platform integrates with over 50 CRM systems, and 92% of our clients report measurable improvements in customer retention within 6 months. Numbers, evidence, and honesty work together to position your offering as credible. Step 3. Show relative value. Buyers are always weighing cost versus benefit. They ask, is this worth my time and money? Will I get more value than I give up? To answer effectively, frame your offering in terms of ROI, time savings, or impact. For instance, by automating manual reporting, our solution saves your team 10 hours per week, which could be reinvested in client outreach or product development. Notice the framing. It's not just software for X dollars. It's a measurable improvement in their life or business. Step 4. Address objections proactively. Even if your solution is strong, buyers will imagine objections. Anticipating these and addressing them before they are raised shows insight and empathy. Some common objections include, it might be too expensive. I'm not sure it will integrate with our current system. I've tried something similar before, and it didn't work. Effective responses acknowledge the concern and provide clarity. For example, I understand cost is a concern. While there's an upfront investment, the time savings and increased retention typically result in ROI within 3 months. By addressing the objection before it becomes a roadblock, you answer the buyer's question, is this really the best choice for me? Step 5. Differentiate through experience. The second question isn't always about the product, it's about the experience of working with you. Buyers want confidence in the journey, not just the outcome. Consider, how responsive are you? How easy is onboarding? How strong is ongoing support? Experience matters. People pay for smooth processes, personalized service, and predictability. A buyer may choose a slightly more expensive solution simply because the experience is seamless and reduces stress. Step 6. Reinforce alignment with values and goals. Finally, buyers want to know that choosing your product aligns with their values and priorities. This is especially true for businesses making high-stakes decisions. Are you helping them achieve strategic goals? Does your approach reflect the standards they uphold? Are you minimizing ethical or operational risk? For example, we prioritize data privacy and compliance, which aligns with your company's commitment to security and client trust. By demonstrating alignment, you make your solution feel not just good, but the right choice for them specifically. Practical example. Let's put all of these steps together. Imagine a marketing manager evaluating an email automation tool. Understanding the problem, they need to reduce manual email tasks and improve engagement. Relative advantage. Your platform has AI-powered personalization that competitors lack. Credibility. You provide case studies showing increased engagement rates of 40% plus within 3 months. Value. The platform reduces 15 hours of manual work weekly, giving time for strategy. Experience. Onboarding takes less than a day, and your support team is available 24/7. Alignment. Data privacy certifications ensure compliance with company policy. When all of these elements are communicated clearly, the manager can confidently answer, "Yes, this is the best choice for our team." Summary of question 2. To answer, "Is this the best choice for me?" Understand alternatives and positioning. Build credibility and trust. Demonstrate measurable value and ROI. Address objections proactively. Differentiate through customer experience. Align with values and strategic goals. When buyers are reassured on all of these fronts, your product no longer exists in a vacuum. It becomes the clear, confident choice. Now, let's explore question 3. Can I trust you? The often overlooked but critical question about relationships, reliability, and emotional safety in buying decisions. This is where many high-performing salespeople win long-term loyalty. If question 1 is about solving the problem and question 2 is about being the best choice, then question 3 is about trust. This is often the most overlooked, but arguably the most critical question in any buying decision. Can I trust this person or company to deliver on their promises? Trust is the invisible thread that connects buyers to sellers. Without it, even the most impressive product or the clearest value proposition cannot convert a hesitant buyer into a confident one. Step 1. Understand why trust matters. Humans are wired to minimize risk. Every buying decision involves resources, commitment, and vulnerability. Trust is the factor that reduces perceived risk. Consider this. Would you buy a high-priced service from someone you didn't know or respect? Probably not. Would you invest months of effort or money with a provider who seems unreliable? Unlikely. Trust bridges this gap between uncertainty and action. It reassures the buyer that they are safe in their choice, that the promises you make aren't just words. Step 2. Build credibility through transparency. Transparency is one of the fastest ways to earn trust. Buyers respect honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. This means acknowledge limitations. Our software doesn't currently integrate with XYZ, but here's our roadmap and alternative solutions. Clarify expectations. You will need 2 to 3 weeks for full implementation, but here's what to expect each step of the way. Be upfront about pricing. Avoid hidden fees or vague terms. By setting clear expectations, you eliminate surprises, which reduces anxiety and strengthens trust. Step 3. Demonstrate reliability. Trust is reinforced by consistency. Your words and actions must align every time. Respond promptly to questions and concerns. Follow through on promises. Deliver information or updates without being asked. Reliability is often more persuasive than words alone. Buyers notice patterns. If you consistently meet expectations, they automatically feel more secure. Step 4. Leverage social proof. Humans are social creatures. We often trust the judgment of others who have gone before us. Testimonials. Share stories from satisfied clients, especially those similar to your buyer. Case studies. Provide detailed examples of outcomes and results. Reviews and ratings. Online reputation can influence trust quickly. For example, our client, a small marketing firm, increased lead conversions by 30% in 3 months using this platform. Here's what their team said about working with us. Social proof allows the buyer to feel confident that they are not making a decision in isolation. Step 5. Show empathy and understanding. Trust grows when buyers feel understood. Active listening, acknowledging concerns, and validating emotions go a long way. Ask open-ended questions. What's your biggest concern about this solution? Repeat back what you hear. So, your main priority is reducing time spent on manual tasks, correct? Respond thoughtfully. I understand why that's important. Here's how we address it. When buyers feel seen and heard, they are more likely to trust you and your solution. Step 6. Communicate long-term commitment. Buyers want assurance that they're not just being sold a product, they're entering a partnership. Highlight post-sale support. We provide ongoing training and a dedicated account manager. Share your mission or values. We believe in helping businesses scale efficiently, and our customer success team is central to that mission. Emphasize reliability over time. Our platform has maintained 99.9% uptime for the past 5 years. Showing commitment reassures buyers that you will be there when they need you, which strengthens trust. Step 7. Address skepticism head-on. It's natural for buyers to doubt claims. Don't avoid objections, embrace them. Ask, what would make you feel more confident in this decision? Provide tangible evidence, statistics, product demos, trials, or guarantees. Reassure without overpromising. We can't predict every outcome, but here's exactly how we mitigate risks. By proactively addressing skepticism, you demonstrate honesty, competence, and empathy, all key pillars of trust. Step 8. Personal credibility and integrity. Ultimately, trust comes down to you as the representative of your solution. Be professional but approachable. Communicate clearly and respectfully. Follow ethical practices in all interactions. Buyers trust people more than products. Even the best solution can fail if the buyer doesn't trust the person behind it. Putting it all together, example. Imagine a small business owner evaluating a consulting service. Problem solved. You understand their struggle with scaling marketing efforts. Best choice. You explain your proven methodology and highlight measurable results. Trust. You provide client testimonials, acknowledge limits, and offer ongoing support. By addressing all 3 questions, problem, choice, and trust, you remove barriers, reduce anxiety, and empower the buyer to act confidently. Summary of question 3. To answer, can I trust you? Be transparent about limitations and expectations. Demonstrate reliability through consistent actions. Leverage social proof and testimonials. Show empathy and understanding. Communicate long-term commitment. Address skepticism proactively. Maintain personal integrity and credibility. When this question is answered effectively, buyers feel safe, respected, and supported. They're not just buying a product, they're entering a relationship they feel confident about. Answering these 3 questions is the foundation of any successful sales interaction. Solve the problem. Show why you're the best choice. Build trust. When these pillars are solid, objections melt away, decisions happen faster, and relationships deepen. Finally, let's bring everything together and look at practical frameworks to answer these 3 questions systematically, real-world examples, closing strategies, and actionable steps your audience can implement immediately. We've explored the 3 critical questions every buyer asks. Will this solve my problem? Is this the best choice for me? Can I trust you? Understanding these questions is powerful, but applying them consistently in your sales interactions is what turns knowledge into results. Step 1. The 3-question framework. Think of these 3 questions as a framework for every conversation. Start by uncovering the problem. Listen actively. Ask clarifying questions. Validate the pain points. Move to comparison and value. Explain why your solution is uniquely suited. Highlight benefits, ROI, and differentiation. Close by reinforcing trust. Use transparency, social proof, empathy, and demonstrate commitment. By structuring your sales process around these questions, you guide buyers naturally through their internal decision-making. It's no longer about pushing a product. It's about facilitating confidence. Step 2. Practical strategies for each question. For question 1. Will this solve my problem? Listen first. Use open-ended questions. Example, can you tell me about the biggest challenge you're facing with your current system? Translate features into outcomes. Don't just list where product does. Show how it impacts the buyer's goals. Provide proof, testimonials, case studies, metrics. Use storytelling. Paint a picture of success. People remember stories more than facts. For question 2, is this the best choice for me? Highlight unique benefits. Focus on what sets you apart, not what your competitors lack. Frame value clearly. Show ROI, time saved, efficiency gained. Anticipate objections. Prepare answers for cost, implementation, and alternatives. Emphasize experience. Your service, support, and onboarding matter as much as the product itself. For question 3, can I trust you? Be transparent and honest. Set clear expectations and acknowledge limitations. Use social proof. Testimonials, reviews, and success stories build confidence. Demonstrate empathy. Show you understand their concerns and challenges. Communicate long-term commitment. Reinforce your ongoing support and partnership. Follow through consistently. Reliability builds trust over time. Step 3. Real-world example. Applying all 3 questions. Let's imagine a B2B scenario. You're selling a project management software to a mid-sized company. Step 1. Solve the problem. The client struggles with task tracking and team collaboration. You ask, what's your biggest frustration managing projects? You present your solution. Our software centralizes tasks, automates reminders, and ensures deadlines are visible to all team members. You provide a case study. Company X reduced missed deadlines by 40% in the first 3 months. Step 2. Best choice. Highlight unique features. AI task prioritization, seamless integration with existing tools. Show ROI. Saves 10 hours per team member weekly, reducing overtime costs. Address objections proactively. I understand you're concerned about training time. Onboarding takes less than 2 hours with guided tutorials. Step 3. Trust. Share testimonials from similar businesses. Be transparent. This tool is ideal for teams of 10 to 200. For larger teams, we offer a tailored enterprise plan. Reassure long-term support. You'll have a dedicated account manager and 24/7 support for the first year. By addressing all 3 questions, the buyer feels informed, confident, and ready to make a decision. Step 4. Key takeaways. Anticipate questions before they arise. The more you understand buyer psychology, the better you can guide the conversation. Structure every interaction. Use the 3 questions as checkpoints in your pitch or presentation. Focus on outcomes, not features. Buyers buy results, experiences, and confidence, not just functionality. Trust is non-negotiable. Buyers may forget features, but they remember how you made them feel. Practice active listening and empathy. Sales isn't just a transaction, it's a human interaction. Step 5. Bonus strategies for success. Use visuals and demonstrations. A demo can turn abstract features into tangible results. Follow up thoughtfully. Address lingering doubts. Provide additional information, or clarify next steps. Tailor your approach. Every buyer is different. Personalize your answers to their priorities and pain points. Leverage storytelling. Connect emotionally with the buyer. Humans remember stories more than stats. Step 6. Avoid common mistakes. Overloading with features. Focus on what matters to the buyer. Ignoring objections. Silence can feel like avoidance. Address concerns proactively. Rushing the sale. Patience builds confidence. Neglecting trust building. Even the best solution fails if the buyer doesn't feel safe. By avoiding these mistakes and following the 3-question framework, your sales conversations become strategic, empathetic, and high-converting. Step 7. The emotional side of sales. Sales isn't only about logic, it's about emotion and perception. Each of the 3 questions ties directly to emotional drivers. Will this solve my problem? Relief, hope, and excitement. Is this the best choice? Confidence, security, and reassurance. Can I trust you? Safety, respect, and loyalty. When you address both logic and emotion, you connect with the buyer on a deeper level, increasing the likelihood of a successful sale and long-term relationship. Step 8. Call to action for the listener. As a salesperson, entrepreneur, or professional, here's what you can do immediately. Map out your buyer's journey and anticipate the 3 questions at each stage. Prepare clear, concise answers that combine logic, proof, and storytelling. Practice active listening and empathy in every conversation. Document success stories, testimonials, and case studies to reinforce trust. Review your sales interactions regularly. Ask yourself, Did I address these 3 questions clearly? The more consistently you apply this framework, the more confident your buyers will feel, and the more confident you will become as a professional. Remember, buyers are not making decisions randomly. They're asking questions that matter deeply to their outcomes and peace of mind. By answering, will this solve my problem? Is this the best choice for me? Can I trust you? You provide clarity, build confidence, and create meaningful connections that lead to sales that matter, not just for you, but for your buyers. Sales is not about pushing, it's about guiding, educating, and empowering. The next time you approach a buyer, think of these 3 questions. Answer them fully, empathetically, and strategically, and you'll notice the difference, not just in results, but in the relationships you build. Now, go out there and sell with purpose, with integrity, and with confidence. Remember, it's not about making a sale at any cost. It's about making the right sale every time.